And we are live on here with Romance Happy Hour. And I know that you can see that we have a few special guests here. So I'm super, super excited. Of course, we have the amazing Miss Dylann Crush. Hello, Dylann.
Amazing tonight. Woo!
Yes, you're amazing. And so she has somebody next to her, and it's Kaci Rose. We love Kaci. She has been
Yeah,
here a few
it's like
times.
it's bring a friend to Romance Happy Hour night tonight, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Is that
And
right?
of course,
Okay.
below
I
us,
brought a
we
friend.
have
So
Miss Stephanie Queen. Stephanie, you were here earlier, like one of our earlier shows, I think that
Oh, yes.
you visited us. Yeah, so we're
Right
very
away.
excited to have you back.
Me too.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm
welcome back.
getting delays. I'm getting
You are
delays again. Is that me?
Yeah,
Is
I
that
think.
me?
Well, I don't know. It appears to be you from my point of view, but
We're on,
Okay.
we've got hotel and hotspot Wi-Fi. So,
Right.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Who knows this tonight, whether it's me with my Montana internet or
Right.
Dylann with her hotspot and hotel internet. Stephanie, how are you doing down there with your internet? You good?
So far I have hotel internet
Oh,
way up in
yes,
Booth
you
Bay
do
Harbor,
too.
Maine, like totally out of my normal range, but it's so far so good.
Okay, but ladies, you got to tell me, and you got to tell our viewers, why are you in hotels? That's going to be the first
She's
question of the
stalking
night.
me.
Why are
I
you
mean,
in hotels? I mean,
Well, I think we should let Stephanie go first.
Oh, vacation.
yes.
Me
Oh,
and my husband who's out on the balcony now, so
You
giving me
kicked him
my
out.
yeah.
oh my gosh. What are you doing anything fun on vacation?
Oh, like a harbor cruise and just
Yeah.
chilling around town, and it's like one of those. It's like picture Cabot Cove from the Murder She Wrote, and it's like that.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a job, and you don't have to a mission. I'm gonna call it a mission because you can accept it or you can't. You don't have to, but I hope you can. If you see a dolphin, can you take a picture and
Oh,
like
sure.
post it on Romance Happy Hour? I love dolphins so much.
Okay.
Do they have
I have
Do
a
they have
picture
many
for you.
dolphins in Maine though?
I don't know.
whales up
I don't
Sometimes
there.
think so.
Is
They have
it cold
puffins.
for dolphins in Maine?
They
I
have
don't know.
puffins and
Puffin.
seals.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, take a
But
picture
I
of a
do have
puffin then, because I've never seen one.
all right. But I do have a dolphin picture I can post for you anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love dolphins. I do.
Yeah.
I have one tattooed on my back. I don't know if you know
Oh,
that.
okay.
This might be a new information for our
Ooh.
viewers. I do have a
Dawn bears
dolphin
it all on
tattoo.
Romance Happy Hour tonight.
Yeah, I am bearing it all.
That's
And I'm going to give you my bucket list. One of the things on my bucket list. I have skydived before, I will say. I've done that. But I want to swim with dolphins, and that is on my list of things to do before I die. So, yeah. But we digress. Well, I digress. Dylann, why are
Tried that a
you
few
at a
times.
hotel?
We are at a hotel because we did a book signing in Knoxville last weekend, and then we rolled into a writing retreat, and then we were supposed to go back to Casey's house and work on a book-related project that is not ready. So we found ourselves with a couple extra days before my flight leaves on Saturday, and so I said, "Hey, what would you think about going to Nashville?" And then tomorrow, so we're in Nashville today. We did the Grand Ole Opry tour this afternoon.
We ate at Loveless Cafe.
Yep.
Did Music Row.
Yep.
Some shopping.
And then tomorrow we are going to just pop down to Lynchburg and cross one of the items off of my bucket list, which is touring the Jack Daniel's distillery and having lunch at Miss Mary Bobo's, because my Whiskey Wars series is all kind of, I did a lot of online research about whiskey stuff. And so I'm excited to actually get to go see it in person tomorrow. So that's why we're at a hotel.
Awesome.
And Dawn, you're at home. So
I'm at home.
have you been in a hotel this summer?
I have. I was in a hotel last week. Thank you for asking. No, my daughter is a senior this year. She's 16, but she is a senior, and she signed up for this new tour thing they have for a college. and you come, you spend 2 days. She could have stayed in the dorms, but she was a little bit too nervous, and so she stayed with me in a hotel. It was 2 days of information and applications, and then
boy.
they promised her a really fast turnaround, and today we found out that she got accepted into her first college that she applied for.
Oh,
Wow.
awesome.
Awesome.
So
Was that at
she's
like the
very
where
MSU,
where were you
Bozeman,
guys?
in Bozeman, in Bozeman. You guys have
Very
been
cool.
there, right?
I love
you guys were,
Bozeman.
yeah. So yeah, she
Yep.
will be going to Bozeman next year, and she's super, super excited. And honestly, I feel like they did such a great job on this program that I now want to go to college with my own daughter. And I don't think she wants to be my roommate, but
Yeah, I don't know about that.
that's yeah. That's where we're at.
Dangerfield.
So yeah, she got all signed up, she got accepted, and she was having a
Excellent.
pretty good year. Summer.
Then she
so.
can probably just kick back and relax her senior year if she already has all that
No.
figured out.
She's actually doing 3 college classes and art and PE because she has everything already done for the school to graduate. So she's taking college classes. So yeah, she can't sit back.
Very cool.
She can't get a bad grade in college classes. But yes, that
wonder
was
where
the
she gets
hotel I
that.
got to stay at. That I don't know. Yeah,
Intense drive. I wonder where she gets that from.
no idea. I'm never busy. No.
Nope.
Just like you ladies are never busy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like a writer is never has a time off, because when you have a time off, you're sitting there going, I should be writing. I
Mhm.
should be finishing
How many
my
times have
story.
we
I
said
should
that
be
this
starting a
week?
new story.
A lot.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, tonight will be my 5th bed, my 5th different bed since last Thursday. So
Wow.
Wow. You're
yeah,
counting.
tomorrow will be 6. Tomorrow will be my 6th bed. So
There's
I
a
know.
romance novel joke in there somewhere.
I know, right? Right? Exactly.
So yeah. All right. Well, we
So
are
what
here.
have you been working on, Dawn?
Yes. I have
Hello?
been working on sorry.
Are you glitching? What's going on? Our
I
internet
feel
is
like
funny.
I'm not
All right.
glitching. I feel like you are, but I don't know. How about we take a poll
Building.
to the viewers. Who do you think is glitching more? Me, Dylan, or Stephanie?
Yeah, tonight is not a strong internet night.
Nobody knows. Nobody
Yeah,
knows.
we're in downtown Nashville, and
Mhm.
yeah.
But yes, we have not done the whole like what have you been working
Right.
on thing yet.
Right.
So let's get back into our
Yes.
okay.
Let's do that. So
Okay.
I have been working on my second firefighter not superhero, but rescue hero book. I just had a release on the 1st. It is in an anthology, Saved by the Everyday Hero. And then that one kind of leads into my next book, my next release, which will be, I believe, November 7th. I think it's the 7th, but it's definitely November. It needs to be written. And so like I'm on like a crunch time right now because I have to get it written because we're almost going into the school year. And once I hit that, I'm done. So I've got no time. What about you, Dylan? You're obviously on some epic tour, touring all your
Right.
distilleries and
One.
places
I'm
you've
touring
written about.
one distillery.
But we
one
toured one
distillery.
yesterday.
We didn't tour a distillery.
Well, kind of. We tasted a distillery yesterday.
We did a moonshine. We did a what was it? Shine and Dine tour.
Wine Me, Dine Me, and Shine Me tour in Pigeon
Yes.
Forge.
Yes.
And the first one we walked in and they had all the shots lined up on the bar. It was something like, I think 20 shots.
I've never seen anything like it, John.
The 20 shot. Oh my gosh. By the end of it, I'm like holding on to the bar going, okay, now I got to eat. Because it was a lot.
It was a lot. So
I feel like
I've been
next
doing
time,
research.
yeah, I feel like next time you guys do this
Not much
epic
writing,
tour,
but a lot of research.
yeah, next time you do this epic tour, you need to like invite the viewers and me, and be like, let's just all have some big party touring distilleries and
Well, I mean, y'all were welcome to come.
nobody told us.
You could have come to Rock and Romance Readers in Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll be there next year.
No.
Yep.
I know. I'm trying to figure out some places to go. I've already talked to Sarah. Like, I need some places to
Mhm.
go
Yep.
next year. So I'm planning on
It was
some. I am.
really fun signing. If anybody
Yep.
watching or listening later is looking for a fun signing on the eastern side of the U.S., Rock and Romance Readers in Knoxville was a lot of fun. It was both of our first time, and we had a really good time. And we're both going next year.
And there was plenty of
Okay.
eye candy in the cover model section.
Yes, there
Mhm.
were.
Okay,
Golden was there with a few of his models, and so and
Really?
lots of readers. It was a lot of fun. Have you ever been to that one, Stephanie?
No. I'll be going up to New Hampshire's Fall in Love New England foliage time in that
Beautiful.
area in October.
Okay.
Mm.
I usually do it every year. I'll be going to one in Connecticut too. I'm up in the Northeast area, so that's where I stay.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Should get down south. I think there's a lot of romance readers down there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My husband just said the other day how he misses the falls in New England. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
one thing he misses about that. It is beautiful and it's very romantic in New England in the fall. I think, we can do it's romantic everywhere, in the South or whatever during the South. I mean, the South is hot. I don't know, but I'm just saying in the I'm totally like word vomiting right now. Oh my God.
Are you okay tonight, Dawn? Are
I'm
you okay?
tired.
I'm
I'm
the one almost done with her drink.
I'm really tired.
All right.
I've been doing real estate all day, so my brain's fried. So I'm tired.
Okay.
But yes, New England romantic fall. That's it. That was my
Absolutely. You're all invited.
And Stephanie, what have you been working on lately?
Oh, hockey romance and more hockey
Woohoo.
romance. That's my
Woo.
specialty. I've been writing it for a few years, even before it got very hot this past
Yes.
winter. And so my husband plays hockey, my father played hockey, my whole family is a hockey family. And so it was inevitable, because I'm a sports nut and I love romance, that I would write hockey romance. And so my
nice.
latest one is called The Big Puck, and I will be reading when my time comes.
Yay.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hockey romance is definitely on an upswing as far as popularity goes. Of course, those of us who have been reading it all along have always known how awesome it is. But
Yeah.
also, those of us who know a lot of hockey players can also, I don't know, we were talking about that at our writing retreat, It's like hockey is definitely on an upswing, but I'm wondering how many people have actually been around a guy when he just gets off the ice, because that's just an unforgettable moment, isn't it? When they just get done playing hockey.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, the hockey equipment is a special smell.
Yeah.
It is. Yes, it's not something you forget easily.
Yeah.
And it soaks in with all the layers that they have to wear. Yeah.
Yeah, especially when they don't wash their equipment and
Yeah, because the superstitions and like we can't wash my underwear because you've got a superstition going on. It can get pretty bad.
Yes. I think it was always the shin.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of made of
Yeah,
leather, and it just soaks into the leather, and it's like impossible.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry, that's the less romantic side, but come on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I totally took this right there, didn't I?
You got to suspend reality sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. The very romantic side of hockey players right now is a lot of them do not shave, and so they have these wonderful beards that they grow all season long. So that is the romantic side of hockey.
I found that's kind of the trend of everything right now. The guys just not wanting to shave, so they like grow beards. It's like
for sure.
the mountain man look. But you can't really tell who's actually tough and who's just pretending to be tough.
I'm telling not all men with beards are tough, Dawn. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right. You can't tell anymore. You used to be able to. I think.
I'm not sure I'm following that rationale.
No, yeah. Well, in Montana anyway. So.
Okay. That's where the real mountain men are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
that is true.
Oh,
More mountain men are said.
Hmm.
Some about
yeah. I don't know if
mountain
you'd
man.
want to meet them though. Oh man, I've heard
Well,
the stories.
that's where we do just suspend the disbelief on a lot of things when it comes
Yeah.
Our mountain man actually shower. So I
Right,
mean, there's that.
right.
I know. Okay, so
All
so
right.
your man
We
has a
need to
butt.
get to some reading.
Yeah, we do. Because I've already had like one drink.
We need to get to some reading tonight. Dawn, you said you're
Sure.
up first.
I am. I'm gonna read first. So I
So
am reading from my new release in the anthology Into the Flames. In this story, Dalton and Sadie, they Sadie came a while back. I mean, I guess you'll get this from the reading, but had a really hot fling with Dalton and then just went home, and now she's back for good, and he doesn't know how to deal with that. So I'm going to start from there. Let me bring it up. Okay. Um, so they actually live in the same apartment, and he's just figuring this out. So good Lord, there it was again. The new neighbor's fucking, oh, sorry, Dylan. Effing fire alarm. I broke our own rule. I'm so sorry, Dylan. I'm so sorry. I broke our rule. Okay. Let me start over. Good Lord, there it was again. The new neighbor's effing fire alarm. Beep, beep, beep. Dalton Brown adjusted his beer in his other hand and stepped out onto his balcony to get a blast of fresh air. He closed the sliding glass door to his apartment, but it didn't muffle the sound any. He peeked over the edge of the black metal railing, not sure what he was expecting to see below. His new neighbor, perhaps? This was the third time this week Dalton had to sit back and listen to whoever moved in downstairs, struggling to turn the noise off. Dalton downed the rest of his beer. He'd been so busy at work he hadn't unloaded his dishwasher from last weekend, let alone met his neighbor. In fact, if it wasn't for the damn fire alarm going off and the thumping that followed, he wouldn't even know the apartment had another tenant. Thud. Beep. Thud. Ah, the old broom trick. Only this time it didn't seem to work because the thudding continued on forever. Beep. Thud. Thud. Beep. Okay, that's it. Dalton set his cup on the small glass garden table next to his plastic outside chair, rushed through his apartment, and clambered downstairs. He knocked perhaps louder than was necessary, but he only had to wait a few heartbeats before the door ripped open to reveal a small, frazzled woman with large green eyes. Familiar green eyes. Wisps of dirty blonde hair fell from her ponytail and framed her face, and her eyes widened. It's you. She smoothed the flyaway tendrils back, but her chest rose and fell in quick breaths, and she grasped the broom handle with white knuckles. He swore something deep in her eyes flickered with fire and lust, but with a single blink it disappeared. Had he imagined it? It's me. Dalton tilted his head to the side as recognition dawned on him. He swallowed hard past the instant dry mouth at the memory of Sadie Aberdeen, the woman who came into town last summer for a job and not only stole one hot-ass night from him, but he was pretty sure she was currently wearing his favorite Carhartt t-shirt. Holy blank! Did it look sexy with those butt-hugging shorts she had on beneath it? Damn, was it possible to be jealous of a shirt touching her body instead of him? She borrowed it when she'd spilled coffee on her little white silky top thing that she'd worn the last night of her stay in Cold Springs. His chest tightened at the memory of the way the streetlight filtered into the window of his bedroom and highlighted her curves. She wasn't as small as the women he'd met, but she was the perfect kind of medium. She had the right curves in the right places, and it was those curves that drew his attention to begin with. The shadows crossed her body at night and played games with the moment, teasing him, tempting him to show her a night she wouldn't forget. Only he was the one who couldn't forget. He wanted to reach out and run his hands down her hip the way he had before. He'd thought about her several times over the last year, but didn't think he would ever see her again. She'd only been there for a few weeks with a different fire crew to get photos of the Charlie Mountain fire, and he flirted with her every chance he got. When they finally put out the fire, his crew had celebrated with a night out at the firehouse pub next to the station, and she was there. God, she was stunning back then, but somehow, standing here in front of him, very much stressed and frazzled, she was even more adorable. He glanced at the broom in her hand as the fire alarm blared behind her, bringing his thoughts back to the moment. He waved toward the alarm just outside the kitchen. May I? She stepped back to let him in. Please. He glanced around at the tiny apartment, looking very similar to his. Well, aside from the unpacked boxes stacked up along the far wall, some marked books and other boxes marked kitchen stuff. How long was she planning to stay this time? A while, he guessed, seeing as though she rented an apartment. Here, she held out the broom. He shook his head, scraping the chair against the linoleum as he drug it beneath the alarm. He was going to fix the problem once and for all. Sweet silence filled the room when he took the battery out and handed it to her with a smile. There, now you don't have to worry about it. I thought we weren't supposed to take the battery out. She grabbed the battery from him and flipped it over a few times. Isn't that a safety hazard? You aren't supposed to set it off every day either, he teased. She wrinkled her nose and set it on the counter in the nearby kitchen. There's something wrong with this apartment. It keeps going off every time I cook. She slouched her shoulders and took a few steps to toss a pan full of blackened noodles. He chuckled. Well, if you cook like that every night, then it's doing exactly what it's supposed to. He raised a single eyebrow to match his smile. I can boil water for tea and it sets the dang thing off. She threw her hands in the air and her expression fell just a little. I give up. I'll just Grubhub from now on. It's a small town. You'll get burgers or ribs from the Firehouse pub, or burgers and hot dogs from the Burger Bee. And our delivery guy's name is Todd. He's earning money for college next year, and he has to be home by 7 on school nights so he can get his homework done and chores done before bed. It's 9 at night on weekends, though. Sadie quirked her mouth up and dropped into the chair he'd pulled beneath the alarm. Basically, I need to order by 6, and I'm eating like a cowboy. That's about it. I guess I'll have to live with the alarm. Only if you put the battery back in, but don't tell anybody your local firefighter took it out, he teased. I'd never hear the end of it. Did James send you? She asked. Dalton started. The fire chief? Why would he send me? Oh. She stood up straight and quirked her head to the side. I thought since I'm working with your crew this year, you were coming to debrief me or something. Dalton shook his head. I don't know. I didn't know you were the photojournalist working with us this year. I knew you were getting on with the crew this week, but I didn't know you would come back this summer. Oh, I'm here for more than a summer. My boss transferred me to Cold Springs, she snorted. You guys seem to have more forest fires than anywhere else in the state. The way she talked so easily, as if they hadn't had a moment a year ago, made his chest twist. Did she not remember him? Remember that night? Except for that brief flicker in her eyes, she gave no sign she remembered the short but hot history they shared. That didn't set well with Dalton. One night with her wasn't enough. Okay, so that was quick. I can read more. Dylan, should I read more?
I don't know.
Oh no!
I mean, it wasn't that. I mean, that was pretty quick, though. I can read more.
I didn't know if you had anything else planned. I mean, I thought that was cute. It's a short story, right?
Yeah, it is a short story.
So yeah.
Yeah, so we'll call it good there. That was scene 1.
I was gonna say, if you want to read more, we don't want to give too much away if it's a short story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also, I'm not reading very well tonight, so I had to skip over a couple F-bombs. So if you saw me stumble, yes. I know I said one and then I skipped over the rest. There was at least 3 more, just so you know. I skipped them over. I'm at like 75% right now, or yeah, 75% success rate right now
Tonight.
tonight.
That was super cute. And so are all of the books in the anthology, they're everyday heroes, right? Or
Everyday heroes. So we have firefighters, EMTs, military. I do firefighters, and then the police officers. I think there's even. I feel like I don't know for sure, but I feel like there's even like a bouncer. I'm not sure. So yeah, you'll have to go look and tell me if there's a bouncer in there at some point. But yes. So everyday heroes, the hot guys in the world.
right. And how long is this available? You said it just came out.
It did just come out, and I think it's like 90 days that they're having it. I'm not gonna don't quote me on that, but I feel like it's
Okay.
90 days. That's typically what she does. So to just kind of introduce you to the heroes that will be in the books later on. So this book
Gotcha.
features Dalton and Sadie, and they're just a kind of an intro into James and Claire. And James and Claire are the heroes for the books I'm writing now. And for those of you who have read my Lone Tree Ranch series, it does feature Miss Milner. So Miss Milner is the one that owns. She has the raccoon that's kind of mischievous, and she carries him around in a baby carrier on her front. But Miss Milner is featured in there, and it kind of spins off from Sadie. I'm not going to give too much away, but Sadie and Miss Milner are starting an animal sanctuary for the town. So,
Okay. Fun.
got fun animals. Yeah. Foxes.
Very
foxes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yes.
We have one question, but it's
for you,
Stephanie so far. So, so yeah, I think we can hold that one up. Or I guess we can go ahead and ask now. Debbie wants to know, for you, Stephanie, are there any plans for additional Beachcomber books?
Oh, Debbie. I wrote this series for everybody. There was 12 books long, and then I ended it. 12 books is a lot. So, but then, just out of sentimental, whatever, I wrote a little Christmas novella in December, and then I thought it was really over.
It's nice though when readers love your characters.
In a spin-off series or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Possibly a spin-off. How's that?
I was going to say it's nice though when readers love your characters so much that they want to see them.
Right.
They want to keep reading.
Yeah. This was a romantic. It was a romantic thriller series, and it followed these, private eyes on Martha's Vineyard. They were like a couple, but not a couple. One of those. Like in Moonlighting with Bruce Willis and what's her name. Like anyway, it was like this on again, off again couple. So it followed the same characters, and so that's you get to know them and whatever. I don't know. But
so my question is, since you're clearly tour the Northeast a lot, you're in Maine currently. Have you been to Martha's Vineyard?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Is it one of your favorite places to vacation?
Oh yeah, we vacationed there quite a bit when my kids were, especially when they were younger, and to Nantucket more recently, and all the Cape, all the places in the Northeast. Yeah, it's my. I stick to my books. All stick pretty close to home.
Yeah.
Setting.
I was gonna say, so you're a New England girl through and through.
It's us.
I didn't get that, Dawn.
I was just gonna say, so you're a New England girl through and through.
Pretty much, although I did live in New York for a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's still the Northeast, so it's all right.
I was gonna say you have to be north of Connecticut to be considered New England, though.
Well, Connecticut's New England.
Yeah, Connecticut and
And
Connecticut and
everything
north
Right.
is
Yeah,
New England.
exactly. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me.
So
You have
Dylan,
New
do we have
England,
any more?
No, I feel like our internet isn't so good. I don't know. I keep
Yeah.
saying something and I feel like I'm talking over you guys.
So do I. Yes.
So
Oh, we got
Again, I'm just gonna pop this in there.
yeah, Karen,
Sorry, I'm just gonna vote. I'm gonna remind the readers to vote. Whose internet do you think is worse tonight? Just note that Dylan and Casey and Stephanie are all at hotel internet, and I am in Montana internet. We are doing a vote this today. Who's got the worst internet? Pop it in the
Yes.
comments. Yeah.
Karen, our question queen, has joined us this evening.
Nice.
So she has given us a few extras. If you want to cover a couple more before we hear from Stephanie. Oh, and here she goes. She's going to keep spitting them out now that
Wow.
she's here.
I
She's
love it
gonna
that Karen's here.
keep them going.
Yeah.
Okay, Karen, you have to slow down a second. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to focus long enough to read one. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pop it up there so that it can hold a spot. Karen is asking, what advice would you give a new writer, someone just starting out? So Stephanie, why don't you take this one first?
Oh, it's the age-old, write what you love to read and read a lot. Do all of the homework of reading the books about writing, and just write. It's so much fun. If you enjoy it, just do it. That's it.
How about you, Dawn?
I would say write, and then when you look at your reviews and critiques, just remember to listen to Toby Keith's The Critic and drink a little bit of whiskey, and then you'll be fine the next day. Because everybody's going to be mean. Like, everybody's going to have bad reviews. Everybody's going to have people who don't like their work. But I think the real thing is that you like your work, like you like it, you love it. There's going to be somebody else that likes it and loves it just as much as you do. But don't let the critics get you down. So yeah, whiskey and Toby Keith's The Critic. Cry about it for a little bit and then write some more. That's my advice.
What do you say, Casey? What's your advice?
Yeah.
My advice is you can't edit a blank page, so don't stress out over every little word choice. Write the story out and finish the book, because that is the hardest thing you will ever do, is finishing your first book. And then you can go back and edit, and you're going to find that you probably don't need to edit it as much as you don't need to nitpick every word as much as you think you do. So get it finished and then take a breath, celebrate, and then go back.
Sounds
What
good.
What about you, Dylan? I know I saw you nodding, so I want you to answer it. So
yep.
I mean, I would just say, just write. Don't let anybody tell you that there are a million different ways to write a book, and you're going to hear a lot of people tell you that this is the way that you should be doing things. And yeah, I think what Casey said, just finish the book, because there are a million different ways to write a book. And I think some people get so scared that they're doing it wrong that they're afraid to even put pen to paper or, fingers on the keyboard. And
then they never finish a book, and that's such a shame.
Yeah. So just don't let anybody stop you from.
Yes, there's always room for more books in this world. So that's
for sure. For sure.
Now wait, can I pause real quick?
Just hide the question. I didn't mean to click on a new one.
Okay.
There we go.
My question real quick is, raise of hand, whose hotel was it that had the police officer going past just now? All right. All right. So we're in Nashville.
We are in downtown Nashville.
Two blocks from Honky Tonk Row, which we're going to go
Gotcha.
enjoy after this.
Yes.
I was going to
So
say,
yes, that
yeah.
was obviously us, not Stephanie, who is on the lovely coast of Maine. That was not. But we need to hear from Stephanie. So are you ready to?
All right. Well, I have to tell you, yes, I'm ready. Mine is much shorter than Dawn. So because
And that's fine.
right.
Do you
yes.
Do you have to set anything up for us, or are you starting at like page 1, chapter 1?
No. I'm gonna set it up. This is it's a hockey romance, and this is about Spencer, who is a new coach for a new team, and his baby's nanny, Lainey, and this is a first person.
I think that's us.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it's her. It's not you. It's her.
Did I just lose you?
You froze. You froze. And so I'm sorry. I got to tell you because it's hilarious. You froze, and Dylan and Casey's like, I think it's us. And I was like, nope, it's her for sure.
All right, where did I leave her?
Good though.
Where did I leave her? Okay.
The nanny.
You were telling us it's about the baby's nanny, Lainey.
Okay. So this is from Lainey's point of view, first person point of view, and they just had a moment. Not a big moment, but they just had a moment. So here she is. Popping away from Spencer, guilt rushes through me as I realize how we look, even when there's no reason to feel guilt at all, except that the brush of Spencer's hand and the intensity of his hazel eyes make me want him bad. Mo just barged in, my ex, and says, "What the hell's going on here, Lainey? Who is this man?" Maurice Borelli, my ex with the emphasis on ex, glares at Spence with such rage that I'm shocked into speechlessness. "What the heck is he doing here with you in your house?" "It's not my house. This is Spencer Logan, coach of the Portsmouth Whalers. It's his house. You live here with him?" I just froze. I know, holding back volumes of energy. I can feel the vibration of a barely contained explosion in heart palpitating proportions, seething in his tightly muscled body. "Yes, I do live here with him." I use my stern schoolteacher voice reserved for the most difficult kindergartners. "I'm a live-in nanny for his baby girl. He's my boss." Red hot rage blows up. "You were in his arms. Don't lie to me. I can feel the bleeping tension in the room, like clawing need. I can almost smell the sex." That's what Mo says. Red hot outrage blows up inside me, blurring the moment, slowing time. I hear Spence growl in the background, but all I can think is, how dare Mo accuse me as if he has the right? My instant reflexes take over. My hand lifts sharply and swings, and I slap him across the face, hard. So hard that my hand stings, but it's a good sting. Mo's face goes red, and he raises a hand, but in my mind, where time is slow, I swear he's only defending himself from my assault. My assault! Clarity returns in horror at the reality of my unprecedented violence against humanity stuns me as my hands fly to cover the yelp that comes from my mouth. Before a split second passes, Spence jumps. "Don't you bleeping go near her," he growls. But Mo doesn't react well. He's no slouch when it comes to aggressive male hormones. He was a star athlete in high school, though nowhere near Spence's league. Now all those dormant alpha juices rise up, and Mo swings around to throw a punch at his new attacker, one fiercely alpha hockey guy, my new crush, Spence, my hunky boss. I'm still too stunned to say or do anything useful. Not that I could necessarily stop them. Plus, there's that teeny tiny bit inside me, the devil, who likes that a man, particularly this one, Spencer, is fighting to protect me. God almighty, Lainey Hall, when did you descend to this level of pathetic neediness for male attention? Probably about the time Mo disillusioned me about the value of his attention when I thought he adored me. Mo tries to punch Spence, but Spence, being a former professional athlete, has lightning quick reflexes, even in his retirement. Unsurprisingly, he dodges Mo's attempted punch. Then, quicker than I can let out a screech, Spence unleashes an uppercut, landing a blow to Mo's face with a satisfying crunch. Did I say satisfying? I guess I was bloodthirsty for revenge, and I take a breath while Mo lands on his butt. I just went out, despite the short duration of the scuffle. Rage and more dangerous energy than I've ever felt unleashed in my presence swirls around Spencer. Goosebumps rise on my arms and excitement shoots to my very core. Oh my God, I am out of my element so far, and I can't decide if this new wild feeling is a good thing or bad. The kind of bad I want more of. I'm ending it there because it's kind of, more to come.
Oh, I did that the wrong way. Dylan, which one did I do? This one? Okay.
Hi.
Yeah. There we go.
So
I like Dylan, but I don't like her enough to be like up in her space.
That's much better.
kind of the alpha hockey male type of scene. I figured I'd give that
Yeah,
sample.
I love it.
I'm not the best at reading, so you have to use your imagination a lot more.
You were great. I think the internet issues, but you know what I loved? That you were like, wait, I had some issues.
I know.
And you just kept going. Like, you were awesome.
Yeah.
You just roll with the punches. You're great. You're good at this.
With the literal punches.
Sorry, Dylan, what was you going to say?
And we are not the techie kind. I mean, our viewers know that what happens on Romance Happy Hour. I mean, it's as real as it gets, because I
gotta be honest though,
yeah,
we kind of have fun with the issues, and the fact that you guys razz us about our issues, like, we love that. Oh, yeah. I mean, I gotta say, we're like, we love when you tease us a little bit. Yeah.
Yes.
But
so,
Deanna,
Stephanie,
go ahead. You do.
Sorry.
You go.
I was gonna say, Stephanie, do you have that book with you to show us the cover? Or
the part I didn't tell you about my trip to Booth Bay Harbor, Maine, is that we rode up here on a motorcycle. Oh. And so I could not pack a book on a motorcycle. So I don't have I don't have.
So my next question though is, do you have motorcycle books?
Oh no, actually, no.
You need that.
I know that could be a thing, because those guys are very, very alpha.
Yeah, you need that in your life. You need a motorcycle hockey player. Oh my gosh.
There you go. That's what we have.
Oh my gosh, that's the hottest thing I've said just now. Motorcycle hockey player. Like, yeah.
Can you remind us what book that is, and we'll go back.
So this is from The Big Puck. And it's the first in my new Portsmouth Whalers hockey series on Spencer's. And obviously, there's a lot of explosiveness in this first book, and a lot of drama. But it's also a romantic comedy thrown in, so it has a lot of light moments as well.
I'm trying to find your book cover to show, because go ahead.
I know. Maybe I could get it on my phone too.
Because you know what? Honestly, I remember.
That's all right. You can pop it in there later.
Yeah. I remember seeing your cover though, and I loved it. Like, I loved your color. It was great. It was awesome.
We can go back and pop it in there later.
Yeah, let's do that.
Jen says it's her next arc that she's going to read. So, hey, Jen, we didn't see you come in. So awesome. I have a question for you, Stephanie, about hockey romance, because I know it has been, pretty explosive lately,
Right.
and you've been writing it for quite a while.
Yeah.
What do you love most about writing hockey romance?
I think obviously they're like alpha male, but they're also, I think they're pretty team plays. They get close. I think there's like a brotherhood, and I think I enjoy that, the whole, having the team and like community for it, which is for a lot of sports, and like football is really the other sport there, right? But those teams are gigantic, and I really enjoy is having that team camaraderie.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So,
great answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I was going to ask you, what's your favorite team then? So you are a hockey, what, mom and wife and all that?
Yeah. Like father played, my sister played, my brother played, my husband played, my son played. I did not. Like the only. But yeah, Boston Bruins, because we're like, I live in southern New Hampshire, and I worked for like many years in Boston, and so we're kind of a suburb of Boston. So that's who my team is, the Boston Bruins.
Yeah. I lived up there. I used to live up there years and years ago.
Did
and
you?
I had I lived in all over, just north of Boston, almost to the border. But so I had a
town, and I know it.
Haverhill.
I know Haverhill.
Yeah, that's where I used to live. I used to live in Haverhill.
Just next to Haverhill.
Yeah, I used to work at Yankee Candle there.
Okay.
And one of my coworkers, she was a secret hockey player because her brothers and her dad were all hockey players, but her mom wanted her to figure skate and not play hockey.
Right.
And so she secretly played hockey with her brothers without her mom knowing.
Hey, that's
I'm not going to give up. It is, right?
Good plot line. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
And of course she was a New Englander. She was a New Englander. So she still is. I don't know if she still plays hockey, but yeah, she was a great friend of mine. Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got a couple more questions. Should we get back to a couple of Karen's questions?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I'm going to skip around a little bit. Karen would like to know what part of the book, and I'm going to say of the one that you read tonight, was the most fun to write. So, Dawn, you want to answer that one first?
Sure. I always really like the beginning because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm going. And then I get to the middle and I don't know that anymore. And then the end is pretty fun because then you're done. So I would say the beginning and the end. Because in the middle, I'm kind of lost a little bit. And I'm just like, these people aren't doing what I want them to do. So, yeah. That's me.
So what about this story that you read from tonight specifically? Was there anything about the beginning that you liked?
Yeah, no, I liked the I did like the meet cute. Like, well, I guess the secondary meet cute, but I did like that. And I also like the action scene. There is an action scene in the middle. It's a short story, so you kind of got to throw an action scene in there to kind of keep it like lively. I do have a fire scene in there where he rescues her, so I did like that one. I do like writing action as well.
Yeah. Okay. How about you, Stephanie? What part of the book that you read from tonight was the most fun to write?
It's the big puck. I enjoy most that black moment just before everything gets resolved because it's the most dramatic. And I do like the drama.
I love that. Good answer.
Oh, here's the I don't know if you can see this. Is the cover.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cute.
Big-
Loved it.
Yes. Oh, and then it went dark. No, we saw it. We saw it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, good.
Let's see. We have one more question from Kim. Well, there's a couple more. She wants to know, what did you edit out of your last book, if anything? And I am imagining she means like any kind of like a big piece or something. I mean, we all edit tons of little things, but was there anything major that you had to edit out of your last book or story?
I don't think I did. It was a short story, so it was pretty quick. If anything, it was just like a little things here and there, or I restarted the first scene over and over and over again. But it was a short story, so it's different when it's a short story versus when it's a full length, because then you have to get rid of your babies and on full lengths and stuff. So. What about you, Stephanie?
I made a huge revision to the end of my book, which I don't want to give away, but there was going to be more. I almost veered into murder mystery territory, and so I had to kind of like, stop it, it's not a murder mystery. And so I
pull yourself back and redirect.
I know. I came to my senses and remembered, wait, this is a romance now. Oh my God. And I stuck to that. I don't know, I think I was reading too many thrillers at the time, I guess.
I watched too many crime movies.
Something happened.
All right. Yeah, we have one more question, and it's Karen. So I don't know if anybody else is watching and has any questions, make sure you pop them in the comments. But this is the last question we have so far. If anyone has anything else, let us know. But the last question we have for tonight is, what is the best money you've ever spent with regard to your writing?
I'm going to have to say on my editor. Because she calls out things that I don't see. She helps me like fix it and make it pretty. You know, I mean, book covers, yeah, they like spending money on your book covers is, you have to, but I think the best is the editing, because you can get a book cover from anywhere, but you're the one who is representing those words. And you need to make sure that they're the best words that you can give your readers. And you can't do that without an editor. That's my opinion.
How about you, Stephanie?
Oh, I've spent so much money over the years on so many things. I don't know, maybe I can say like, as encapsulating my long beleaguered educational experience on and apprenticeship in writing would be represented by getting a master's degree in literature and creative writing from Harvard, and I managed to do that over quite a number of years, and it finally worked out. But I really spent some time and effort.
Nice.
That was it.
What about you,
That's
Dylan?
super impressive.
Well,
you go first.
Yeah.
I think mine's more recent. Just the money that I spent to get my direct store up and going. It was kind of a game changer in my career. I mean, that's on top of, I 100% agree with an editor. The right editor can make your book, and the wrong editor can completely break it. So, but yeah. What about you?
I would say, I mean, this was like years ago. The very first conference I ever went to was an RWA conference in New York City. And I mean, it was before I had an agent, before I had any kind of, I went traditional first. So it was before I had an agent, before I had a book deal, before I'd even like sent anything out to anybody. And I think it felt like a huge leap at that time to spend that amount of money. Sorry, we have a Harley, I think, right outside the window right now.
I hear it.
Like a gang of Harleys outside the
Yeah.
window. But I think just just investing that money in me and my, desire to, I mean, that was a big expense, not knowing
Right.
was this going to work out. I mean, just to travel to New York and the expense of the conference and all that other stuff. And just,
Right.
I think that was what, going there really made me look at it as something that, wow, I mean, there are all of these amazing, and, I mean, come on, 99.9% of the people who I met who are in this industry are pretty much women, but, look at these amazing, badass boss babe women who are getting their stories out there and
Yeah.
making a living. I did not. That is not a bad word.
No, I
That
said
is
a
not
bad
four-letter word like Dawn
That's
all the time. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, Casey. You're going to cut me some slack on that. But I think that was probably the best money that I've ever spent, just because it's how I started. And that's what kind of, I guess, set me on the right path to
Sure.
realize,
Yeah.
it's possible. So, all right.
Yeah, I
Good
love-
question, Karen. That was a good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
All right. We did have one more just come in from Jen. So I'm going to pop that one up there to wrap us up. And this is a good segue because Jen would like to know, what book
Yeah.
would you recommend for a first-time reader of your books? Where should they start? So what do you think, Stephanie? Where would you recommend people start with your books?
Well, I would have two lanes. Now I write, steamy sports romance, but there's like two kinds. There's the angsty kind, and then there's the more light romantic comedy kind. Not that there's no drama in there. There is some, but that's more of a, like, I purposely make them funny. So if you want to do the angsty kind, then I would start with Big Man on Campus, which is a very angsty, college football romance. And if you want to do,
Uh-oh.
She's frozen. Oh, I wanted to hear that.
I know. The suspense.
She's gonna tell us when she unfreezes.
I know. What would she
She's
recommend?
really good at that. What would she recommend?
What would you say, Dawn?
man.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
here
she's
she's
back.
unfrozen. She's unfrozen. Okay.
We missed
all right.
all that.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Stephanie?
I'm sorry,
the last-
it's the Puck Bunny. That's what I said.
The
For-
Puck Bunny. Okay.
The puck. Okay.
Cute.
Yeah.
I like the
Got it.
title. Cute.
How about you,
So
Dawn?
I would say for my readers that read historical most, it would be Whitewater Passion. And then for my readers that are more contemporary, it would be High Heels and Cowboy Boots. Those are my two, my favorites anyways. So
There you go.
I know I have people with other favorites, but those are my two favorites. So yeah, same two spectrums. What about you ladies?
Where should people start?
I think the book that most of my readers seem to find me on are either the start of my military, which is Saving Noah,
Ooh.
or the start of my mountain man, which is Take Me to the River. I think that cover draws more people in, but in my reader group, more people have said they've started with Saving Noah.
Oh.
What about you?
I guess I have two different options also. If you like cowboy books, I don't know, my very, well, exactly. My very first book I ever published was All American Cowboy. And I really like that one, especially in paperback, because my publisher put these little pigs on the edges of the page. And so if you flip it, you get to see the little pigs running.
Oh, that's so cute.
It is super cute. I know. I like that a lot. So I really, if you like paperback books and you like cowboys, I would start there, because then you get the little pigs. And then if you like steamy small town without the cowboys, I'm really enjoying writing the Whiskey War series. And the first book in that series is called Drinking Deep. And I have another book in that series that is coming out later on this fall. So
that we're going to do research for tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so you don't have, you have a title though. Do you have a title?
Oh, Drinking Deep is the first book in that series.
Right. Do you have a title for the next one?
Oh, the new book is Sipping Seduction. So they all revolve around whiskey distillery. And so, Yes,
Okay.
tasting temptation or drinking deep, tasting temptation, then sipping seduction are the ones that are
Great.
so.
So we all know that Dylann loves to do her research, so we're gonna let you to it. We're gonna let you guys go for the night because I know you guys have some trouble to cause on the streets of Nashville tonight.
There's a
And
lot
then
happening outside this window. That's all
I
I'm
can
saying.
tell. I can tell for real. Yeah. And then
So,
tomorrow
well-
you are going to do some research for your sipping seduction book. And I love that
I'll-
about you. So,
Over reader group for the photos that are
Yeah,
coming. She's
we've
been
been
posting photos.
posting pictures in my reader group.
What is it? Dylan's Crushing It crew.
The Crushing It group.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, like,
Mhm.
Dylann,
you
post
wanted
that
to
in
do-
there because if they're not in there, they need to go join your Dylan's Crushing It cruise so they can see the photos
Right.
of you getting wasted
Right.
tomorrow at the distillery.
No.
Casey, please take
No,
lots of
what I
take
didn't
lots of
mention
photos.
is earlier
Oh,
this
gosh.
week I had a special fun bout of food poisoning. So
Mm.
I feel like 100% better today, but this week has been not so fun.
Okay.
We had planned on the moonshine tasting and everything yesterday, and I mean about halfway through the day, I was like, I'm
Okay.
done.
You didn't miss much with the wine.
No, it was
Okay,
just it was a lot. So
But Casey,
Mhm.
let us know how she feels tomorrow after the
Oh yes,
tasting at
yes.
the distillery.
We're doing the angel tasting tour, so you get like the special tasting of the Jack Daniels. And like they
Yes.
take you to one of the barrel houses, so you know you get hit in the
It's gonna be
face with
fun.
the whiskey barrel smell, and then they have you drinking it.
it's gonna be fun.
And they have the smoothies, so you can get
Slushies, yeah.
the
Whiskey
slushy-
whiskey?
whiskey
A
slushy.
whiskey slushy?
Wow.
Jack and Coke or Jack and Lemonade slushy that you can drink while on the tour.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
So here's the thing, Dylann. Are you taking pictures of your drinks so that you can post them for next month's like drink of
Did you
the
see
of the
our
month?
drink of the
Tonight,
week?
yeah.
Our drink
did
of the
not.
week this week was compliments of Mama Missy. Jeez. I'm getting my misses and everybody all mixed up. Mama Missy from the Junction 35, right? Junction
Yep.
35 Spirits in Gatlinburg.
From
Okay.
yesterday. It was a beautiful pineapple upside down shot.
Yeah, she did
Ooh.
a pineapple upside down cake shot that was
And
very
she told you her recipe?
It was very dangerous. You did not taste it.
She did. Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
And it was yummy. So it's up there if anybody wants to
Yeah.
see it. So yeah, it was really good. I know, poor
All
Stephanie.
right.
We're sitting here just talking about all this.
I know. It's just like
That's okay.
she's like, I'm on vacation, ladies. Let's
Listen,
try
I need
this
one of
stuff.
those whiskey
Let's try
slushies.
Yeah.
So,
I'm on
Stephanie,
vacation. I
where
need
can
my whiskey
people,
slushy.
Where can people find you if they want to talk hockey books? Where's the best place to find you?
I would say on TikTok.
Oh.
is
Okay.
a good place for me. Yep. Stephanie Queen author. Stephanie Queen author.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you all know
And
you can
Dawn,
find me best
For your
here.
book?
Here. I mean, you can join my TikTok. I do need to like get more viewers and stuff. My agent said I need more TikTok viewers. So
Yep.
so yeah, definitely go to my TikTok and that. But here, because we love you all. So yeah, romance happy hour.
All right.
Yep.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. And we are going to say goodnight for tonight. And we will see you all in 2 weeks. And Dylan's hosting.
2 weeks. Yes. Good job, Dawn.
Yeah.
The fourth Thursday in August. Yes.
Fourth Thursday. The fourth
Hey,
Thursday.
it's been
Not the
wonderful. You
second
guys are
time.
great. You guys are great. It's been fun.
Thanks for
All
being
right,
here
we-
tonight, Stephanie. We
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
So
Sorry for
much.
all the technical difficulties, but
It's
Yeah.
partly my fault.
It's fun. It's not just
Nope.
me tonight. So I'm super
No.
excited about this. So just so you know, though. All right.
Mm.
Love you all. We will see
right.
you in 2 weeks.